Hello folks, this is the one and only Natasha. Now I'm gonna quickly go over Angela's birth chart using her sun chart, right? So just a quick review, right? And then afterwards I'm gonna show you two videos of two mediums on YouTube, which one of them, of course, she actually did a session with Angela about 2 days ago, and the other one actually channeled Aaliyah and was talking to her and then questioned her about Lagena being her daughter, okay? And I'm going to play those clips right after this one. But we're going to briefly talk about her birth chart, okay? To understand her mental and just personality and everything and why she's doing what she's doing. Quickly, it's just going to be short and concise. Okay, so I put the sun as the ascendant so we can just observe her personality, what she's doing, okay? So her sun is at 3 degrees of Gemini. She loves to talk. She loves communicating. She loves talking. That's what she loves to do. 3 degrees means Gemini. Her sun is in Gemini. She has Mercury retrograde. Retrograde is redoing something from the past. The past, right? It's redoing a lifetime of whatever that planet is. Mercury is the mind, it's communication, it's writing, it's sibling, it's traveling. Guess she has past life issues with her siblings, right? It's at 18 degrees. It's also a Gemini. She probably thinks about the past a lot, probably likes to revisit the past. Maybe that's why she likes to talk about the past a lot or see psychics and stuff, because she wants to know about the past a lot because she has that karma with Mercury retrograde next to her sun. And it's at 18 degrees. 18 is the disease degree. It's the Virgo degree. So it's a mental disease she has. Because she always thinking about the past a lot. And Mercury is retrograde. Okay. So she likes revisiting the past. Her Venus is what you love and what you value, relationships and money, right? Her Venus is in the 10th house. It's in Taurus. So she loves making money behind the scenes, creating stuff. 12th house is imagination, it's imagination, it's solitude. It's so she has past life issues with women, relationships, and she also have the South Node there. So her South Node is in Taurus. So in her past life, she had issues with women in her past life that she's coming to this life with, right? And Venus is relationship. She has it in Taurus, so she loves money, but she has a lot of enemies, women, or even relationships with women and stuff. Her moon is Aries, so she has a fighting warrior spirit. She can get hostile. She likes to fight, right? It's the ruler of Mars. Her moon is at 20. It's not really an accurate moon because we don't know her ascendant, but it is in Aries, and it's also trining Mars. She can be very feisty and have a fighting spirit. She's assertive, and she probably can fight. She fights a lot. Moon trine Mars, and her Mars is at 29, the anorectic, the ending degree. That's karma. She has karma with Mars. She probably fight a lot during her youth. She has Mars in the sign of, I think, is that Virgo or Leo? That's like Trump. She fights a lot. Her emotion, she fights with women, especially with women a lot, and her mother, because it's a trine between Mars is like, it's fighting, it's war, it's cuts, bruises, it's your assertion, your action you take, right? It's how you assert yourself. She does have, let's see here. Okay, so her 4th house is her home, and her mother represents home and mother. It shows it as Leo. Leo's in the sign of the 1st house. So she probably didn't, she took care of herself pretty much. That's how she sees herself. She has Chiron in the 5th house. She did have wounds from her childhood. It's in Virgo. Virgo is a sign of health. It also is a sign of working, habits and stuff like that. So she has that. She does have wounds from her childhood. Let's see here. So she has her North Node in the 6th house in Scorpio. So Scorpio is a sign of deception. It also is the sign of transformation, change, up and downs in life, drama, distrust, deception, criminals. That's the Scorpio sign. And right now, the node isn't. So she's having a nodal. The node isn't, and the South Node is in Scorpio. So she has a reverted return. So right now she's thinking about the past. Again, when somebody has Venus with South Node in Taurus, they have a lot of past life issues with relationships and women. And she does have a huge imagination. She creates a lot of stuff because 12th house, she has the South Node there, and she can make money off of her imagination and her creating stuff. She has Venus there too, plus the South Node. She has Saturn. Saturn is karma. Her Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces is all about, it's the 12th house actually. It's all about illusions, delusions. It's all about imagination, isolation. What else? Isolation. They drink. Pisces is a sign of drinking a lot. Hospitals, jails, imprisonment. What else? I'm about to say more stuff. I'm trying to go as fast as I can because I just want to show the other video. Self-undoing, depression. That's where you hide a lot of stuff. It's secrets. It's doing stuff behind the scenes. It's your subconscious house, right? It's the unconscious, right? She has Saturn there. That's where her karma is. Lying, deception, stealing. Pisces is also, it's a hidden sign. It also, Secret Service is hidden, and stealing, and it's just a lot of stuff. But mostly I would see it as delusion, isolation, illusion, hospital, churches. It's spiritual. You can't see it. It's the spiritual sign, okay? But they're always confused. Confusion is the big things with them. Confusion, delusion, and deception is the big thing with Pisces. She's going through a Pisces return right now for 2.5 years. So she has 1 more year to go because Saturn just entered Pisces this year. So she have 1.5 years to go of Pisces return. She's going to learn all her lessons. Saturn is going to make her get rid of her delusions and get to reality. Because Pisces is a dreamy sign. Okay, so she's going to learn all her lessons this year. Or she could be even in rehab or imprisonment if she continues. Her Saturn is opposing her Chiron. That's part of her wound. She will learn, especially when Saturn gets at 23 degrees. That's going to be at next year. She's going to feel the Saturn return next year. For sure. Or the end of this year. For sure. When it hits 23 degrees, it's going to oppose Chiron. And Chiron is her deepest wounds. It's the insecurities from her childhood. She's going to feel it all. She's already feeling it, but she's going to really feel it all. Because she deceives herself a lot. She has Uranus next to Neptune in the 9th house of belief system. So her belief system is out of whack because her Neptune is retrograde. So she doesn't really believe in herself that much. But Uranus, she has issues with her identity because Uranus is more so about being yourself, your authentic self. It's at 0 degrees. That means it's too early. It's like a baby. It's 0. She's not sure. Put it next to Decepticon, Neptune retrograde. She's really a screwed up person. 9th house of belief system. What else? Jupiter's retrograde. Jupiter's the planet of belief system. It's retrograde. It's at 11 degrees. It's in Sagittarius. Anytime a planet is retrograde, it's more of an internal issue. It's more inherited within. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to work in yourself. Work out whatever's going on within yourself from whatever subconscious issues, past life issues, your deepest wounds, your insecurities, and all of that stuff is mostly inherited within. So that's pretty much what I'm going to say about the chart. I'm not going to read the entire chart. All the red stuff is the frictions, the obstacles in life she has. But right now, I'm done reading it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the rest of the videos, the 2 videos. Just listen to it. Pretty much, she's creating all of this in her head. It shows it in her chart. She's going through a Saturn return. And also, Pluto is right on top of her Uranus right now. So Pluto is trying to transform her when it comes to her individuality, but she's just not listening. But she's going to face a lot of pain and destruction in her identity, in a sense, because she knows who she is, but she's faking it because she has Saturn in Pisces, because she wants to get noticed, because she has Moon in Aries. Aries is all about rejection. They don't like rejection, so they'll create certain stuff, whatever. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. I'm at work right now, and you can hear all the noise, so I gotta go. But her lesson in this lifetime, because Scorpio is her North Node, is in Scorpio, is to trust herself and also be truthful, be honest and authentic. That's her lesson in this life, and she knows it, but she doesn't care. She wants to be famous, and that's why she's doing what she's doing. But here's the two videos, guys. Enjoy.
She kind of goes, they don't care, child. She says it just like that. They don't care, child. She says they don't know her. Like, and she says it just like in my Mariah Carey voice. They don't know her. She says they don't know her. Like, she says it would be silly to entertain. It would bring more light, more attention. She says positive attention for her. She kind of points to the screen once again at Lagena. Negative attention for my family. She goes like this. She goes, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. She's like, I want my family to stay out of it. She kind of goes, now if you see anyone come through and say anything connected to me, this is quite interesting. She says it might actually be her musical connections. Like, I don't know why she's showing me like Timbaland and like Missy or something like that. Or I don't know why I see DeBrad. She's almost like saying they may say something. They may address it. Meaning Lagena, this woman here, or whether or not she had children. So she's kind of like, I don't want to spend too much time on it, kind of thing. She's kind of like putting her hand like this. I do not have any illegitimate children. She says I don't have any secret I don't have any secret children or pregnancies. She says now secret abortion, she says maybe. She kind of goes like this. She says, but no illegitimate children, no secret pregnancies with me, carrying anything full term at least, she says. And no, she says no secret children. She kind of brings up Janet Jackson and how there was a similar rumor about Janet Jackson having a secret child. She says if I had a child, I would have shown at some point. Even if I were at, 6 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe not 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But even if she's like, even if I were at 6 weeks, even if I were at 2 months, she says I would have shown. Someone would have known. It would have gotten out. It would have been a bigger deal, she says. She says especially when I was younger, which is where she says where these rumors stemmed from. She says when she was younger, she says during the Rkelly era, she says her days, she goes like this. That's where these rumors stemmed from. She says that's what I was moving away from. That's what I was trying to move away from. And she kind of shows me like, when she was like, doing her last album kind of thing, by that time, she, what happened to her. She says all those rumors, all those lies, that's what I was moving away from. That's what I was actively, she kind of goes like this too. That's what I was actively trying to move away from. She goes just like that. She's almost like looking right at the camera, but she's not like on this side. She's more over there. She kind of looks at the camera as if the camera is facing her though. And she's like, Lagena Gold is not my daughter.
I feel like all of these things, I'm talking about your biological mother, your real mother. I'm not talking about this whole Aaliyah fictitious thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your real mother, your biological mother. Because I feel like You were left alone a lot. I feel like that there was parental out of the house. I feel like there was some sort of like mistreatment or neglect going on right there. And it not necessarily, what is it? Yeah.
I'm agreeing. Yeah, that happened.
And I feel like the unacceptance and the bullying in and out of the family caused some things to happen, and it may also have been triggered by the miscarriage or the pregnancy or whatever that is. It may be triggered by that, but it feels like around that time of going to college and not feeling seen or accepted, and then I feel like there was a period of trying to grow and to be seen and to be accepted, which is what led you into this dysfunctional reality. Okay, so listen, I'm aware that you're aware that Aaliyah and Rkelly are not your parents. I'm aware
that they are.
I'm aware that you're aware. I'm not going to play that game. I'm aware that you're aware that they are not. I'm aware
that they are.
This is one of the things that.
Is it because they're celebrities, you don't feel it, or it just?
Because they're not your parents. And you're aware that they're not your parents.
But I remember them being it and I feel like they are.
No, you created that.
I created that Nana and them was my family. That's what happened.
You didn't accept that they were your family. Because
actually
on the inside, you wanted to belong to something different, and becoming inside of the dysfunctionality of the love that you began to carry for Aaliyah and wanting her to be your mother is where you created that.
The thing is, I had the memories of her being my mom. I don't know, because she's, not to be mean or anything, because I didn't grow up around the generation where it was adoration. I just already knew who she was. And then after she died.
Say it again?
That's when I already knew who she was before, before her name, as far as her celebrity wise. And that's why I even knew her since I seen her on TV. I'm like, that's her, my mom, that was her. And as far as I'm not a fangirl, I'm not following into these celebrity hype things. I'm not doing any of that.
You are. This is just one of the things that you created to push yourself out there.
No, because the thing is, I value the people I did grow up, even though they did treat me wrong. I would rather that they was than I don't have to deal with the other ones. But this is my feeling. This is my memory. And like I said, I still need the proof, and I just had the DNA test saying, no, not my dad. And I would be able to, back in the day, I would swear that he was. But Zama, I still got to figure it out too. So I asked her for a DNA test, and then we can go live on air because it's just everybody on this now. So it is for me. I just know what I know and remember what I remember. I don't know if you can see it because what you're saying about your biological mom, she did leave me. She left me alone. She had a career. The thing with Zama, I wasn't really around her either. So I don't know if you can read both there.
Who is that you call it? You said Donna or Zana?
Zama.
Zama. Who is that?
Yeah. My adopted mom.
Your biological mom?
My adopted mom.
Your biological mom.
I don't know if you can you read her or the sense if she is or not?
That's your biological mother, right?
No.
Are you not a twin?
No, I don't think, no, he's not my twin. I've always been bigger than him, taller than him. As far as when you say different age ranges, I believe that I'm 2 years older than what they told me.
But you're not, and you know that.
You know, I do spiritual
what
work
is
too, and
gonna
I
be
also knew that
what's
it was
the
going to
end?
happen this way too, but I
What's
still
the
came here.
end game? What's the end
There's no
game of
end
this?
game.
Like what after everything is said and done, then what's gonna happen?
Like in my life, I
Yeah.
still want justice for my mom, Aaliyah, and I still want to help other people that's in that
But you know
predicament as
she's
far
not
as in
your
the
mom.
music industry.
But you know she's not your mom.
I know she is.
You know she isn't.
It's because she
This
is
is
celebrity.
this
That's
is
why.
it has nothing to do with her being a celebrity. That's why I asked you if you knew who I was.
I've seen some of your videos. I've seen some.
Did you
But
see
I
the
feel
one
like
I did
you,
with her?
because I also know Monica, she's saying that the thing you said about 10 is accurate.
And I'm telling you, and what I'm saying about you is accurate.
So, love Lila Houghton, that's my biological name. I don't know if you can sense something other. Because I also have verification from my psychic in my Tata. But, and then you also saying, oh, you remember getting sexually abused. Not at those ages, not that time. I don't remember ever. So if you're saying 12, 13, no, I didn't
I'm
remember
saying
ever getting
before
sexually abused.
then, but there's something about the age of 12, 13, 15, as well as 21 and 23. There's those ages stand out to me for some specific reason. Not
Do you
really
know why?
sure as to exactly like so around 12 years old, right? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that is kind of where you started to understand that um, you were more than unhappy with your living situation. Okay. Um, and you also understood that like you wanted to be like seen. You understood then you were not being seen. You understood then that you wanted to do something to where you had attention. It feels like you were left alone a lot. And when I say that, I mean the parentals were not in the household the way that they should have been. I don't know if they were working or just out of the house. But I know that there are you and
Was something that you do remember, and I'm like, I don't remember. Yeah, but David also set a fire somewhere too, and then the
David
house I
also
was in
had a
had
fire as well. Household, or did you just stay with someone else? The
really.
manipulation, like
Are you reading me
you
right?
were over a few children. Now, I'm not going to say that you were just a monster and no shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what you stole from people. You've stolen clothes, you've stolen earrings, you've stolen their money. You've not really been nice to children growing up. When you were not that nice because of the shit that you were going through, the bullying, the
Really?
manipulation. Like
Are you reading me
you
right?
were over a few children. Now, I'm not gonna say that you were just a monster and no shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like I feel like you got the blunt of a lot of shit. Like shit was taken out on you, and because of that, I feel like you had a break, a mental break, um, and I feel like you have created a lot of different things, but because you know how to be manipulative, like you're two-sided because you know how to play this game, and so that's the energy that you want people to believe you come with, but you are dangerous. I want you to be better. I want you to get better. I want you to understand that this is not what it has to be.
The thing is, I'm not saying any of this because it remind me of the mom that I lost it. So he just brags about it. But as far as kid, I can't say anything from as my kid or teenage ways because I don't remember that. But I don't know if it's like.
You became Lagena because you did not like being Angela, because Angela had all this fucked up shit happen to her. Angela had all of these different things. She was and is this person who you don't like, and you're not able to, like, you're trying to disconnect from that energy of who you were growing up. And
No,
like I said,
just,
there was a lot of sexual abuse that took place, and there was a lot of
the
sexual
reason,
abuse that you enacted in, whether you wanted to or not. But there was a lot of fighting, there was a lot of molestation, there was a lot of abuse, there was a lot of neglect. The woman, your mother, was very neglectful and very hateful. Okay, and I'm just going to say it that way. There was like a disassociation with you, with Angela, within yourself. And
the
then
reason,
because you were not accepting of who you are, that's when you started to lie. This is not the first time you've done this. This is not the first time you've done this. You did this shit probably like at 12, between 12 and 15 years old. You would lie about who you was, and you would lie about your hair and how long your hair was and how your hair had been cut. Like, you would lie about different things, and you would steal and take things from people. Like, this was your disassociation. And they would move you from house to house for whatever reason. And inside of that, like, you were still disassociated with yourself. And inside of that, like, then whatever happened, okay, with the mental break coming into 2023, whatever that is, like, that mental break happened. And so inside of that, over the last like 5 years of you trying to get yourself out and just be seen and be accepted and do all of these different things, this was what, catapulted you into the limelight. And so then when you were connected to Jaguar and you saw how this was bringing forth all of the attention that you wanted, you don't give a fuck if it's good attention or negative, because you're used to negative. They're not.
I changed my name from Lagena because